Welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday. And my other musketeers are in the house. You hear me?
Good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, viewers. It's good to be here.
Can you introduce the next man here?
And this is Jimmy.
I actually thought I was the next person. We have to go to your meet. Okay. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, before we left last week, we talked about WTA Serena versus Halep.
At a point in time, Simona Halep was 47th in the world.
Yeah.
But right now, she's competing with the best of the best. And you would have expected maybe she would upset Serena doing what she did that nobody had done to Serena in 16 years, impacting on her the heaviest defeat that anybody had done since Kruger 16 years ago. But now, what I see is that she had different experiences all season long for this particular period. At a point in time, it was alleged that she probably was having issues with her boyfriend, Patrick Muratoglu, where there were some allegations of probably being pregnant. At a point in time, it was about having a virus. At a point in time, it was about Serena Williams not even getting to the quarterfinals of the first 3 Grand Slams in the year. But she came good winning the US Open, winning this particular competition. It was about 3 Ds. It was about decimating her, decapitating her, and discombobulating Simona Halep, because apart from the fact that 6-0, 6-2 Simona Halep had done her the first time around, she had to do the unthinkable, because at that point in time it was looking like she was a fading force. Serena aging, Serena probably having nail ailments and all of that, but coming so good, we just must celebrate this lady. She's been one fantastic champion. It's always very, very good to celebrate Serena.
3 in a row, and then 5 WTA in the championship. 33?
Exactly. I said it on set here last week. Everybody were upbeat about the chances of Simona Halep against Serena, saying she could go all the way. And I said something. At the time when you think Serena is down, that is when she picks up the bit of her game and come out most strongly. She came into this game, like Jimmy said, 3 Ds, got 3 straight sets. I mean, in straight set, 2 straight sets, she knocked out Simona Halep. And for me, like Jimmy said, this is really, really a tennis icon as far as...
The first one was actually a roller coaster. He didn't really look good.
It was as if the occasion got the better of Simona Halep and she didn't come to the party.
Yeah, but what I want to ask is this: did Halep do it because Halep had the opportunity of stopping Serena,
especially
from by not picking up any set against Ivanovic? She did that, and then that is what people were saying. Why did you? You know you can beat others, but this one, I mean, but she was being she was being gaining this. She was being
very professional.
Sportswoman.
Exactly. She was being very professional.
Yeah.
Because that might amount to kind of a match fixing, which really is not good.
She could have conserved her energy.
Yeah, but to play players, no doubt about that.
Are we talking about a game that was won in 69 minutes?
But for a player of like her, who is just trying to come up,
mental fortitude.
exactly, she needs to
Serena
come into
has
every
it
game
in
with
abundance.
confidence.
Okay, let's that is tennis. So to Paris Masters.
Yeah, Djokovic, Raonic.
I remember. I have to say this very slowly because I remember last week here, Jimmy told us that Federer will come back to number 1, and that is what Jimmy said. Jimmy's here, so I'm not saying it behind. Jimmy, Federer still have a chance to come back to 1 before the end of this year?
It is probable.
No.
It is possible.
Maybe even Federer himself said it yesterday. Maybe early January.
Realistically,
Certain things make me laugh. When I laugh, I'm happy.
Why?
No, I just certain things make me laugh.
You don't have anything to do.
You see, I said something I said last week. They were qualifying for the ATP. I'm so happy that Murray.
Federer qualified.
No, Federer was already done. I'm so happy that
Jimmy
Jimmy never gave him a chance.
But honestly,
and you won't look at it. Murray in the last
he done very well.
Exactly.
2022, he had done very well for himself.
So well for himself.
Resurgence.
We need 3 competitions because if you look at the match was really a against Murray, not making it. Then good for him. Rafael Nadal pulled out due to health concerns, and Murray felt he had a very, very good chance. He needed to do what he was meant to do against Grigor Dimitrov, the man who knocked him out earlier on in the other Grand Slam. And Murray got the better of Dimitrov, and Murray is in for the tour finals at the O2 Arena, and I'm so happy for him.
The only player will be playing who?
He will be at home.
But the only player as a British or as a Scot?
Whichever way you want to look at it. The first Asian to qualify for the tour final.
When he does
Shikori is also coming in there.
And the only player that is born in the
US Open.
The only player born in the 90s, Raonic.
Yeah.
Dimitrov? Dimitrov is 24.
Dimitrov is not.
He's not 23, 24.
No, he's not even coming to.
No, he's not. He's not making it. He's not making it. He was in the 11th position. He couldn't make it because Marin Cilic will be making it. Ferrer is not making it.
David Ferrer is not making it.
Despite the fact that he's in the top 8.
And to this final, Raonic, Djokovic.
Djokovic for me.
Djokovic,
I think Djokovic has done very well for him, so he remains Mr. Consistent. He might not win all the slams.
He demolished Murray.
He had to do that.
It was expected anyway.
No. You see, I mean, he's laughing.
No, he's a fanboy. It was expected in the sense that considering the number of games Murray has played in the last 3 weeks,
22,
fatigue
23.
will normally set in.
Was going to say.
He was trying to qualify. He was trying to qualify. And after qualified, he said, I can let go. Let me conserve and then go and pursue.
And I think the power of the woman behind him, Amelie Mo.
Anyway, let's not much about that.
It's got to be said.
You're always looking at certain angles. Let's go to the racetrack. Let's go to the US Grand Prix and Kokoro Tonjefo.
I think Jimmy shouldn't even be talking about this. You see, last season, Jimmy said it was Formula V. And Jimmy dubbed last season, Jimmy dubbed a season of the breakaway.
Yes.
Vettel was just winning everything winnable.
Yeah.
And this season, we saw that it's turned to Formula M.
Yeah.
The Mercedes has been up and doing. That's talking about the likes of Rosberg and Hamilton. And one thing I so much like about this season is the fact that we're most likely looking at getting to the wire. That's talking about the final race in Abu Dhabi. As we speak now, there are only 100 points to be gotten. 25 this weekend in Austin, the US, 25 in Brazil, and 50 in Abu Dhabi.
50.
As we speak now, Hamilton currently leads the World Drivers' Championship with 17 points.
Yes.
So if
mathematically Shadow is still there,
if Hamilton wins in Austin and Rosberg retires, that means Hamilton will go into Brazil with
32 points.
No, 41 points.
Okay, 42. 42 points.
We'll for the real point.
42 points.
It
will just be needing 8 points.
That's if there's an engine failure.
It will just be needing 8 points. But if Rosberg wins this race and Hamilton retires, Rosberg will go into Brazil with 8-point lead. That means the race will get into the final.
Regardless of all these permutations, it's going down to the wire.
It's going down to the wire. It can't be won this weekend.
Now, Austin is a particular place where Lewis Hamilton had always done well. Remember the fact that it's the third time Vettel had won there, Hamilton had won there himself. Now you
this is the first time that Rosberg is on pole.
He's on pole.
First time that Rosberg is on pole, and you also remember the fact that 100 points mathematically makes Ricciardo there, but we know that given the antecedents of the Mercedes car,
and the
it will
current
not happen. But I think I'm the most worried about the pulling out of Marussia and Katam. Those would affect the pulling outs will affect the future of Formula One. We probably will be seeing Formula E coming into the fray because of the electric cars, the electric nature, the electric ambience that it will bring, and the cost angle. Because Benetton seems not to be doing too well.
It will be good for us, but by next week, let us look at the cost implications of running a Formula One.
Because when Mercedes won the World WC, What happened was very simple. £7 million, they give all the staff.
Okay.
You understand? At the end of the day, they are getting £40 million. But what happens? How much would they have spent? The sponsors, the 5 big teams, the 6 big teams, they are happy. But what happens to the middle level tables? What happens to the teams that are pulling out? What happens to the FIA doing that bit to make sure it's a level playing ground and there's sustainability for all the teams that are in this competition?
Okay, more cities have been bidding to be part of Formula One. Let us also maybe there were more. Maybe Abuja might be big. They did one at Trade Fair. There was a race they did at Trade Fair a few years back. Yeah. We can start with Okada races, for goodness sake. I mean, we're going to downfall races. No, it is spectacular. There are truck races in the world. There are a lot of races. There are camel races.
There was a time we were talking about horse racing. Yes. You remember these malus, the agbos, the cows?
Yes.
You know the ones they do. There was another time.